what is pericyclic reactions? The pericyclic reactions are the class of organic reactions which proceeds through cyclic transition state and has the spatial characteristics. Number one is it is a concerted process. I mean, it is a single step. These reactions do not proceed through any intermediate like cation, anion, free radicals, carbons, but they only proceed through the transition state. There will be no influence of catalyst, solvent, reagents on the product formation, and these are thermally allowed or photochemically allowed reactions. Means these pericyclic reactions happen under the influence of heat, otherwise light. And these reactions are highly stereospecific. Now one example, without any stereochemistry, that is 1,3-butadiene, that is a diene, and the dienophile ethene undergoes the cycloaddition reaction, that is a Diels-Alder reaction which proceeds through the cyclic transition state and gives rise to cyclohexene. Now come to the stereospecificity of pericyclic reactions. In order to understand that these reactions, the pericyclic reactions are highly stereospecific, we have to take into consideration the stereoisomers of the substrates. Now, what is the definition of stereospecific reactions? When the stereoisomerically different substrates gives rise to stereoisomerically different products, or stereoisomerically same product at a different rate, then those reactions are called stereospecific reactions in a simplified way. So to understand the stereospecificity of a particular reaction, you need to have the stereoisomers of the substrates. That is the first requirement. Now if your given substrate does not have any stereoisomer, means the configurational stereoisomer, I am not talking about the conformational stereoisomers. If you do not have configurational stereoisomers, then we cannot prove the stereospecificity of pericyclic reactions. So in this regard, if we consider the top example, means that formation of cyclohexene, then example of Diels-Alder reaction from 1,3-butadiene and ethene, it is although it is a pericyclic reaction, but by considering that example, we will not be able to prove that stereospecificity of pericyclic reactions, because ethene does not have any stereoisomers, and the butadiene, 1,3-butadiene, also does not have any configurational stereoisomers. Now if you 1,3-butadiene also exists in two conformational conformers. One is the S-trans form and another one is the S-cis form. Now to prove the stereospecificity, those conformational isomers we should not take into consideration. Although butadiene, with respect to the single bond, the two double bonds are in the same side and the two double bonds are in the opposite side. So two double bonds are in same side, that is called as the S-cis, and two double bonds are in opposite side, that is called as the S-trans conformers of butadiene. But here, to prove the stereospecificity, those conformers are of no use. We have to take the configurational isomers, means R, S, E, Z, like that we have to take. Now in order to check the stereospecificity of pericyclic reactions, here we are taking one example of the electrocyclic reaction. Means from the 2,4-butadiene we are getting some 3,4-dimethyl cyclohexene. This is the substrate and the product without taking into consideration the stereoisomers. Now if we look into this compound 2,4-hexadiene, and if we consider the product, electrocyclized product here, that is 3,4-dimethyl cyclobutene, then you have to understand the substrates have stereoisomers as well as the products also have stereoisomers. Now if one particular substrate stereoisomer gives rise to one particular product stereoisomer, then this reaction will be considered as stereospecific reaction. Means let us consider the substrate means 2,4-hexadiene, there are two double bonds are there. Now here also with respect to single bond, two double bonds are in same side means S cis conformer, and the two double bonds are in opposite side S trans conformer. Both are possible, but we are not considering here the conformational isomers. We are not considering the conformers. We are only interested about the configurational stereoisomers. So if we consider the double bond geometry, then there are two double bonds are there. Both the double bonds ki EZ stereochemistry is possible. So the left hand side compound which is there, that is actually 2E4E. Both the double bonds are in E configurational. So the name of that compound in the left hand side, that diene, is the 2E4E hexadiene. So when 2E4E hexadiene under thermal condition undergoes the electrocyclic ring formation, that is the cyclobutene, then we are getting the two, there will be the relative orientation of the two methyl groups. The sigma bond will form there, and the two methyl groups will be both the sides are same side. Means here it is written both the methyl groups are above the plane. So 2E4E hexadiene will give rise to the one methyl group is above the plane, another methyl group is below the plane. So 2E4E hexadiene gives rise to the trans 3,4-dimethyl cyclobutene. So now when you will take the substrate key different stereoisomer, what we have taken, that is the one double bond is E geometry and the another double bond has the Z geometry. Now in the IUPAC nomenclature, first it should come the Z followed by E, means both the sides ki we cannot put 1 2 3 4 5 6, the which side ki double bond will be having Z geometry, that side ki we have to put, that methyl group ki we have to put the 1. So the compound, the name of this compound is 2Z4E hexadiene. Z will get the preference over the E. So when it undergoes the electrocyclization, we are getting the product 3,4-dimethyl cyclobutene, but in this case we are getting cis. So products are stereoisomers because cis and trans are stereoisomers, and the substrates are also stereoisomers because E is in one case, another case we are taking EZ or ZE. So therefore one substrate, one stereoisomer of the substrate is giving one product, another stereoisomer of the substrate is giving the another product. So pericyclic reaction is highly stereospecific. Now how many types of pericyclic reactions are there? Mainly four types of pericyclic reactions are there: electrocyclic reactions, cycloaddition, sigmatropic reactions and heliotropic reactions. Now let us consider the electrocyclic reactions. What is the definition of electrocyclic reactions? The reactions in which a new sigma bond is formed at the terminal of the conjugated pi systems, that is called as the electrocyclic reaction. And obviously in this case electrocyclization is compulsory, a reversible reaction, means ring opening also comes under pericyclic reaction. So whether we are getting the cyclic compound from the open chain conjugated system, or we are getting open chain conjugated system from the cyclic compound, does not matter, both comes under the electrocyclic reaction. So now based on the open chain system where you have the conjugated system, pi conjugated system, based on that it can be substrate, it can be the product, but whatever it is, based on that particular particular structure, electrocyclic reactions can be considered in the two types. One is the 4n pi systems and another one is the 4n plus 2 pi systems. Again I repeat, you should not consider the cyclic compound to calculate this, because in that case you will end up into the wrong answer. You have to see the open chain molecule where you do not have that ring. That conjugated pi system you have to consider to calculate the pi electrons. Now 4n pi electrons means it might be 4 electrons, 8 electrons, 12 electrons, 16, multiple of 4, and where 4n pi, n is equal to 0 not possible, n it starts with n is equal to 1, so if you put 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 etc. Values will come. So now given example 1,3-butadiene, you will be having the 4 pi electrons, 4 pi electrons. So it is an example of the 4 pi electrons. Similarly, if you consider the hexatriene, 135 hexatriene, so that will give you what it is called the that is cyclohexadiene ring. So in that case, that belongs to the 4n plus 2 pi electrons, because there we will be having the 6 pi electrons in the open chain.